Hello. During the past few weeks, the teacher and district bargaining teams have been negotiating terms of the current contract or agreement. The current agreement with teachers is in place until 2017. The district and the teachers' representatives agreed to allow a few new proposals to be presented each year for consideration and modification of the overall contract. The current agreement was approved last May by 97% of teachers who voted, and the board subsequently passed it unanimously. Such a high approval rating reflects a fair, quality process. The way negotiations work is that the teachers' union brings forth proposals they believe represent the priorities and will of teachers. The district accepts or rejects these proposals or makes counterproposals on those issues. The goal of negotiations is to reach an agreement that is then taken to teachers for approval, called ratification. Upon ratification, the agreement is presented to the Board of Education. As the district and teachers' representatives engage in negotiations, there is a shared respect for teachers. The Board of Education, CPS, and the teachers' union value teachers as the professionals who make good things happen for students in classrooms. Teachers are the backbone of the organization, and we strive to create quality working environments for all employees, just as teachers create quality learning environments for their students. As is typical of any contract negotiation, there are areas of agreement and areas of difference. The exchange of perspectives in an open forum, including differences, is part of what creates a robust process. As with each year, the district and teaching bargaining teams agree on some proposals and remain apart on others. Teachers have received communication from the union, and the negotiations have been reported in the media. Oftentimes, the differences make the news, and the agreements less so. In a spirit of transparency, the district feels it is important for all employees to hear directly on matters regarding negotiations. This snag addresses issues on which the district and teacher representatives remain apart, areas where the teams have agreed or are more closely aligned, and what happens next. From the district's perspective, there are three primary issues on which the teams remain apart. The first issue is how the teachers' union expands who they represent for purposes of the contract. In the current contract, the teachers' exclusive representatives bargain for nearly full-time instructional employees, such as classroom teachers, academic counselors, media specialists, and clinical associates. These professionals are in the bargaining unit and are represented in the contract negotiations. The teachers' representatives want to automatically include anyone on the teacher's salary schedule who is required to hold certification, such as educational diagnosticians, process coordinators, among others. Although the district agrees with the union's request to expand their representation, teachers voted to have a union and to be exclusively represented, and the district believes that any professionals added should be afforded the same democratic process as well. The district does not agree to specify the number of contract days, the length of those days, how the days are used, nor the number of meetings or minutes teachers meet each month. For example, the teachers' bargaining team wishes to have the number of days listed in the agreement. However, the number of days is listed on a teacher's individual contract, and in the past, the district reduced the number of days worked from 189 to 187 without a reduction in salary. In fact, by law, the district could not increase the number of days without increasing pay per the employee's daily rate, so the inclusion of days does not serve a functional purpose. Another example is a request to limit meetings and events to 150 minutes per month. That may or may not be feasible in any given month. The district recognizes the need for life-work balance, yet does not want to create a contract violation or a requirement for additional hourly compensation if, for example, in December, a teacher attends a faculty meeting, an IEP meeting, and a holiday program. The biggest issue on which we are apart is compensation. The teachers union has requested $5.4 million in salary improvements, which includes a 5% increase on the base, restoration of the frozen year, and increases for experience and educational credit. When added to the nearly $1 million it costs to maintain benefits, the total requested compensation package equals nearly $6.6 million. Let us explain why the district cannot agree to a $6.6 million compensation package. CPS is one of the fastest growing districts in Missouri. We increase 125 to 200 students per year. The state's low level of funding causes CPS to lose $7,400 for every student enrolled. The request for a $6.6 million compensation package comes at a time when the district is growing and must begin planned spending of its savings. Even under conditions of growth and stagnant income, the district cares about employee compensation while living within its means. How does this look for teachers? The board is offering increases for experience. The average increase for teachers who move on the teacher salary schedule equals $784, or a 1.66% increase. The board is offering increases for educational credit. CPS teachers may earn professional development credit for placement on the salary schedule, and teachers may move over more than one column at a time. This is unusual in Missouri. This year, 203 teachers earned educational credit for total increases of $426,000, for an average of $2,100 per teacher. We anticipate this would be similar for next year. The board is offering to maintain 100% board-paid medical, dental, and life insurance. This is important to employees, and although only a few districts cover 100%, and despite a 55% increase in cost to the district over the past 6 years, the board continues to fund this benefit. You see what the district is offering compared to what was requested. There is a $4.4 million difference of recurring and growing expenses in the teacher's proposal, which the district cannot afford. Since 2009, the district has planned for limited income and the current spending from savings, a fact which has been repeatedly and openly discussed. Our board and community can only afford to do so much at this time. It is important to note that the teachers' bargaining team never wavered from its initial $6.6 million compensation request. There was no compromise regarding compensation in their counterproposal, and no acknowledgement of the district's financial reality. The district has been clear and transparent with its financial position during board meetings, finance committee meetings, with CMNEA, CMSTA, media, and all other inquiries. The district's financial position and message are the same that was shared last year. When the teachers' bargaining team presented its counterproposal to the district with no adjustments in its salary request, they clearly communicated their financial proposal would not change. Therefore, the district made its best and final offer on March 18th. The best and final offer included these agreements and proposals: allowing teachers to roll up to 2 unused personal days into the next year to provide access up to 5 paid personal days per year, which can be used in increments of up to 3 days at a time, including language that formally acknowledges that plan time is a priority and should be maximized for instructional planning. The district supports minimizing meetings during plan time to the greatest extent possible, and the proposed language conveys that priority, allowing the union to control how the ratification process works, allowing up to 7 proposals for contract modifications each year, agreeing to review and, if needed, revise the ground rules that guide the negotiation process earlier. So what happens now? The ball is in the court of the teachers' bargaining team. Their team may choose to take the district's offer to teachers for ratification, or they may choose to send the district team a counterproposal, which means they reject the district's offer. In that scenario, their counterproposal is presented to the Board of Education. If no agreement is reached, the district and the teachers have the current agreement through 2017. The district believes it is important to have quality working conditions and compensation for all employees and to live responsibly within the limits of our budget. We believe the district's offer achieves this, and we look forward to working with and for teachers in the days ahead. Thank you.